You know that strange moment when you're staring at a task, and your brain suddenly decides that literally anything else is more important? You need to write one email, but somehow you end up reorganizing your entire photo gallery. You need to study for 20 minutes, but boom, now you're scrolling TikTok, watching a guy teach you how to fold a t-shirt in 2 seconds. And the worst part? You're not lazy. You just can't seem to start. And because you can't start, you feel guilty. And because you feel guilty, you delay even more. It becomes a loop you can't escape. I've been stuck in that loop too. And the more I tried to force myself, the faster my motivation dropped. But what if I told you? The fastest way to stop avoiding tasks is not to push harder. It's to approach tasks in a way your brain doesn't resist. Today I'm going to show you a counterintuitive method that turns avoidance into fast execution. Even if you've struggled with procrastination for years, we'll walk through 4 simple steps, plus examples, warnings, and how to make this stick long-term. By the end, you'll know exactly how to go from "I'll do it later" to "Wow, I already finished. Let's start." Most people try to defeat avoidance with discipline, but discipline burns out fast. Your brain doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to permission. Here's the rule. Give yourself permission to start a task by doing the smallest version possible, even if it feels too small to matter. Why it works? Avoidance happens when your brain predicts pain, effort, or failure. When you shrink the task to something tiny, your brain no longer feels threatened. Example, instead of study for 2 hours, say, I'm allowed to study for just 3 minutes. Instead of clean the whole kitchen, say, I'm allowed to wipe only one counter. I used this when I was stuck on writing long scripts. I told myself, I only need to open the document. That was it. But once the document was open, the pressure disappeared. I wrote 5 lines. Then I kept going. You're not tricking yourself. You're removing the weight that stops you from moving. Mini pitfall here. Don't expect the tiny version to automatically lead to a big work session every time. Sometimes you'll stop after 3 minutes. That's fine. Your only job is to train your brain that tasks are safe to start. Consistency, intensity. When you avoid a task, it's often because you're imagining doing it correctly from the very beginning. You feel pressure to make it perfect, or smooth, or high quality right away. But high standards at the start kill momentum. The counterintuitive fix. Lower quality on purpose at the beginning. Momentum first. Quality later. Here's what I mean. Write messy notes first. Clean up later. Record a rough draft video. Fix it later. Read quickly first. Understand deeply later. Solve a problem badly. Improve later. Your brain doesn't need the task to be perfect. It just needs to feel that it's moving. Example, when Japanese students prepare for exams, many start with what they call ugly studying, messy pages, loose ideas, fast scribbles. It frees their mind from pressure. A personal example, when I tried scripting videos perfectly, I would take 3 days to start. When I gave myself permission to write a messy draft, I finished in 40 minutes. Think of momentum like rolling a small ball. Once it moves, it's much easier to steer it. Pitfall to avoid. Don't stay in the messy phase forever. Use it only to start. Once you're moving, you naturally want to refine. This one sounds scary, but it's surprisingly gentle. We avoid tasks because we imagine endless time. When a task feels open-ended, your brain says, why start now? You can always do it later. So we need a time boundary. But harsh deadlines create stress. So we use a fearless deadline instead. Give yourself a short deadline you cannot fail, and make it intentionally forgiving. Not finish the project in 2 hours, but work on the project for 10 minutes, no matter the result. Not finish reading the chapter, but read for 5 minutes before lunch. This works because it eliminates the fear of not finishing. It creates a small time container. It breaks the illusion of infinite time. It flips your brain from avoidance to activation. Example, in behavioral psychology experiments, people dramatically increased their start rate when tasks were given tiny, behavior-based deadlines instead of big completion-based ones. When you know you only have to focus for a short, safe amount of time, your brain softens. You stop fighting the task. And often, you keep going beyond the deadline. But that's a bonus, not the goal. Mini story. A student I coached kept avoiding his chemistry assignments. I told him, your only deadline today is 8 minutes. Start a timer. Stop when it rings. Not only did he start, He ended up working for 35 minutes without noticing. This is the magic of a fearless deadline. This one can change your whole day. Here's the truth. Most of our avoidance episodes begin the moment we touch something stimulating. Our phone, messages, notifications, social media, or even random entertainment. Once dopamine spikes, a boring task feels impossible. So here's the rule. Before you touch your phone, your inbox, or any quick dopamine source, do one small, productive action first. Just one. The action can be tiny. Write one line. Read one page. Insert one paper. Open the laptop. Review one flashcard. This creates a simple but powerful pattern. Action reward more action. Not reward distraction avoidance. You flip the sequence of your morning. I used this rule when I kept checking messages before starting work. Once I changed the order, even by 2 minutes, everything felt lighter. Common mistake. Don't choose a big task for your task before touch. It's not meant to be heavy. It's a warm-up, not a workout. If you're tired of avoiding tasks, if you're tired of feeling guilty every time you delay, just try the 3-minute version today. One tiny action can change how the whole day feels. And if you want more science-backed, calming, gentle productivity methods like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. You're capable of more than you think. Not because you're superhuman, but because once you remove the friction, your natural momentum takes over. I'll see you in the next one.